Welcome to this edition of SAU Weekly, your source for the latest news and sports from St. Ambrose University. I'm Luke Vera.
And I'm Cole Negan.
SAU will soon have a new place to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner on campus as the Cosgrove Hall Cafeteria is next in line for a renovation. The project, which is expected to be completed by the fall semester, will boast expanded seating and more dining options for students and staff. It'll also include a new hangout spot for students to relax and do homework in. A renovation this big has students feeling excited for what they say is a much-needed facelift.
I'm honestly really excited for the new Cosgrove Cafeteria renovation. I think that a lot of the morale on campus is based around the food service because 3 times a day you can come here for food, 2 times a day on weekends. A main place, students might not all be in McMullen, might not all be in Higgins, but they all will stop by the cafeteria at some point.
Of course, with any major renovation comes wayfinding changes that could affect your daily schedule. Here's what you need to know ahead of next week. Starting on Monday, the west stairs going down to the lower level Cosgrove Hall doors will be inaccessible. Students and staff will be redirected to the lower walkway for access. Heavy demolition and construction work is expected to begin the week of spring break. Finally, starting May 4th, all food service will be temporarily housed in the Rogalski Center until construction is complete.
So the added option for students is now they can go to Rogalski if they're in a hurry, and they can grab whatever they want, a meal per se, as a meal exchange, versus having to pay out of their dining dollars. So that's the added benefit, and we thought that was just being fair to do that. Upstairs in the ballroom, we would have an ongoing buffet, one for lunch and then one again for dinner.
The SAU administration thanks everyone in advance for all of their flexibility in dealing with these temporary changes. As a reminder, they are open to any questions or concerns you may have as this project begins.
The Beehive hosted this semester's Travel Abroad Fair, where students are given the chance to go beyond the classroom and study around the world. Opportunities include semester-long and short-term travel programs to give all students the chance to study abroad. Trips include places like Korea, Cyprus, Italy, Spain, and the United Kingdom.
I've always wanted to travel abroad. I've always been very interested in lots of different cultures. My dad studied abroad in college. He went to Spain. My grandfather's from Palestine, so I've always wanted to go visit the old country. And I'm also a major in international business, so I want to make that my career.
For more on how to study abroad, visit sau.edu/studyabroad.
Yesterday was the Spring Push Day for SAU Dance Marathon. It was a part of a big day to gather donations for the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. As a part of their fundraising efforts, Dance Marathon hosted a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Those who participated also had a chance to win cash prizes for the teams who placed first, second, or third.
So today's our annual Push Day. Every Push Day we do a fundraising event, and today is our 3-on-3 basketball tournament. So our goal today is to reach $24,000, and so a great way to do that is just to get the entire campus involved and raise as much as we can with this event.
First of all, to help support, donate money. That's the ultimate cause. It's not about us. It's about the kids, no matter what. And yeah, support a great cause. Come out, have fun, and show what St. Ambrose is truly about. And also, it's a great event for Dance Marathon and St. Ambrose.
SAU Dance Marathon ended up exceeding their $24,000 goal by more than $100. As it's now awards season for film and TV, KALA and SAU TV have earned some nominations of their own. In this week's What's the Buzz, Luke sits down with one of the nominees for this weekend's Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Awards.
Welcome to What's the Buzz? I'm Luke Vera. Today I'm joined by Ryan Schistel, KALA Scholar B. Ryan, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Luke.
Ryan, why are you here today?
So KALA and SAU TV both got nominated for the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Awards, better known as IBS. They are national awards for collegiate broadcasting for both radio and TV, so we got a few nominations in there.
Yeah, super big awards, radio and TV. Like you said, our own SAU TV nominated for a few awards. Would you kind of lay out the groundwork for how you get nominated?
Yeah, so you go through a whole process. Obviously, you need to put together a newscast or, some sort of broadcast for radio like I did. And then pretty much for myself, I chopped up about 15 minutes of highlights, I guess you could call them. And we submitted those through Jordan Franks a while back in the first semester. Did a lot of waiting game, and it was a stressful time because, being nationally awarded, stuff like that, it's one of those things that you never know if you're actually going to get one or not. So finally, we got an email, I want to say it was right about the time we got back from winter break, and got a whole list saying that SAU got 6 different nominations.
So you mentioned national awards. Is it through D1, D2, NAIA, like all of it is encompassed in these awards?
Yeah, all the NCAA and the NAIA. I know my category, I'm going up against Indiana University. I want to say the University of Wisconsin-Madison is also in there. So a lot of big-time programs, big-time schools, but I feel like we match up pretty well.
Right. Could you maybe share with us some of the awards that specifically KALA and SAU TV have been nominated for?
Yeah, so for KALA, I am nominated with Anna Very and Jorge Brizuela for a Best Sports Play-by-Play for the Women's Soccer Conference Tournament we did in the fall. Abby Varkalis also got Best Station Promo nomination for KALA, and then down here at SAU TV, we have Best Overall News Station, a Best Newscast, Best Sports Report for Sydney Horseman, and David Gergenti got Best News Report.
Yeah, all of these are fantastic awards. And of course, they're national, and so they'll be held in New York City. Are you excited to travel to New York?
I am. Kind of nervous, but mainly excited. First time ever I'll be in New York. So outside of, the conferences and the awards ceremony, there's definitely some stuff I want to go see, like the 9/11 Memorial, Central Park. But I am excited. This is also, the first time I'm going to be traveling without my family. So it's really going to be up to me to, make sure I'm on time for all my flights, stuff like that. We fly out of the Quad Cities into Chicago and then over to New York and, vice versa on the way back. So I feel pretty confident. But yeah, there's always that little bit of nervousness in there.
Are there any awards that you feel like we have a really strong chance of actually securing this year?
Yeah, all of them. But I think Sydney Horseman for her sports report, sports feature, I guess I should say, she's unbelievable with what she does with her camera work. So I definitely think she's got a very good chance of coming in first. I'm personally hoping that, I just come top 3.
Thank you, Ryan, for coming in today. And a huge shout out to everyone involved with the stories nominated for the IBS Awards, everyone involved with KALA and SAU TV. These awards are this weekend, so Ryan, Dave, and David will all be in New York as this broadcast. So good luck to you guys, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, and again, thanks for having me down here.
Thanks, guys. Stay tuned to the SAU TV and KALA social media pages for updates from New York City.
Coming up next in sports, the SAU softball team finishes up tournament play in the Ambrose Dome.
And our esports team thinks outside of the gaming chair this season.
Join SAU Weekly's Jacob Moisa as he takes you inside SAU athletics. Stay tuned.
Tune in to KALA and hear something different. Programming that celebrates the diversity of our listeners. We're advocates for the arts, showcasing your favorite music from around the world. We're storytellers, producing award-winning news and educational podcasts. We're dedicated sports fans, bringing you the latest Fighting Bee action from St. Ambrose University. We're a learning lab, mentoring the next generation of broadcasters and content creators. A part of your community for 5 decades. We're KALA Radio, 88.5 FM and 106.1 FM. Turn it on and turn it up.
Ready the studio in 3, 2.
Welcome to this edition of SAU Weekly, your source for the latest news and sports from St. Ambrose University. The Mississippi River crested on Monday at a near record high.
This is What's the Buzz with Abby Varkalis. Staff members put many hours of work into planning the spring commencement ceremony.
But for Coach Bluter, her coaching career started right here Welcome to this edition of Inside SAU Athletics.
On today's episode, we're featuring the men's basketball team.
We're featuring the men's and women's track and field teams.
We're catching up with the men's lacrosse team. Thanks for watching.
A tough first half of the season continued on Friday evening as our men's volleyball team took on Jamestown. To Lee Loman Arena we go. It was a tight game through the first set against 9-1 Jimmies. This block from Mikola Zelanka made it 18-17 with the Bees trailing by 1. Still, in the first set, Zelanka again, this time with the kill to make it 20-18, but the Bees dropped the first set 25-20. In the third set, a kill from Kale Anderson puts the Bees within 2 at 15-13. Despite a good fight, they dropped the third set 25-16. They will take on Morningside Mustangs at home tonight at 7 p.m. SAU softball held their third and final dome tournament over the weekend. The Bees were sitting at 1-2 on the weekend as they closed things out Sunday against Mount Mercy. The Bees wasted no time on offense. Second inning, bases loaded, Raiden Eggenberg punches the ball out to right field. That would get down and score a pair of runners. Bees would tally 4 runs in the inning. Mount Mercy would keep it close as they dropped one into center field to score a run. This was one of 4 runs they would score in the inning to answer the Bees. We're all tied up at 4 after 3. These two teams would go back and forth throughout. The Bees held a 6-7 lead in the 6th inning before Paige Kirkman puts one in the gap that would hop over the fence for a ground rule double that will score an insurance run for the Bees. Then Erica Ralphs switches from first to the mound to get the save. The Bees end the weekend on a high note with an 8-6 win over the Mustangs. St. Ambrose cheer team continues to impress this season. They are currently averaging just over 94 points, which ranks them second in the NAIA. Last weekend, the Bees traveled to Grand Rapids, Michigan to win the Aquinas Saints Showdown. They scored a 96.46 points to take home first place honors. Next up, SAU will compete in the OCU Classic in Oklahoma City as their last tournament before the NAIA National Championships. On Wednesday, the SAU men's basketball team traveled across the border to face Olivet Nazarene Tigers in the quarterfinals of the CCAC Conference Tournament. 3 Bees contributed to double figures, which includes 21 points from Will Spriggs, 13 points from Ignacio Dacunda, and 12 from Guillermo Narbana. Narbana and Grant Mason also led the Bees with nabbing 6 rebounds apiece, but it wasn't enough for the Bees in this one, falling short 104-77 and getting knocked out of the tournament. They finished 14-15 overall and 11-9 in conference play. The women's basketball team wrapping up the regular season with a 21-point win over Trinity Christian. Caitlin Thole had 12 rebounds and Abby Wolter added 8. There were also 3 Bees scoring in double figures. The Bees ended the season 7-18 overall and 7-13 in conference play. Caitlin Thole was named CCAC Player of the Week with her efforts. Even with the win, the Bees still found themselves on the wrong end of the tiebreaker and missed out on the conference tournament. The men's lacrosse team has gotten off to a hot start with a 3-0 record. The team looks to continue momentum for another conference push. The Bees have several key players returning, including Dawson Dickerson, Isaiah Hahn, Matthew Cortopassi, and Mikhail Shaddix. Shaddix leads the team with 9 goals so far and was just named Heart of America Offensive Player of the Week. Goalie Lachlan Hodge also earned Defensive Player of the Week honors. The Bees are now 3-0 to start the season with 38 goals between those 3 games. They also currently are ranked 9th in the nation.
Last season, we had a really good season. We went and won conference, went to nationals. So that really motivated the whole team to go into the season, try and go back, win conference again, get to nationals. Been there the last 3 years, so trying to get back there.
The Bees return home to play Aquinas on Saturday at 2 o'clock, where they look to remain perfect against a top 10 team. As the esports teams continue to impress this term, our Fighting Bees are logging off just briefly to take on another form of training. SAU Weekly's Cooper Alt explains.
The SAU Esports Center is rarely quiet this time of year, but our Fighting Bees are foregoing their mice and keyboards for another way to train.
You need to be good in all aspects. You need to be really well-rounded if you want to be a good athlete. And I think even though esports is not a very physical sport, I think physical health is still really important. There you go.
Like he teaches his athletes, second-year head coach Mitch Patchett thought outside of the box for an unconventional but beneficial way to improve.
You know, sitting is the new smoking, is what they say. You know, it's a silent killer, and it's really can affect not just your physical but your mental health. And there's a strong correlation, you know, going off of that between your mental health and physical activity.
Players take part knowing it helps not only for gaming but for quality of life.
For esports, I love the workouts because personally it gets you going, it gets you moving, which there's physical benefits that have been proven with your brain, right?
Those benefits include a quicker reaction time, an important factor in esports.
That half a second difference that we can improve on over the course of the semester by hitting the weight room can be the difference between a championship or coming home in second place.
Exceeding expectations as a team and even individually.
You're pushing yourself, so when you're in a match, it's a tough match, and you're like, this is terrible, right? You now have the build-up of, look what I did before, and you can push again in the game, just like you do during workout.
With SAU Weekly, I'm Cooper Alt.
Thanks, Cooper. Their battle for the river will take place next Saturday against river rival Augustana. For Inside SAU Athletics, I'm Jacob Moisa.
And that's all we have for you on this edition of SAU Weekly. We'll be back next week with the latest news and sports from St. Ambrose University.
Remember to check out the SAU TV, Facebook, and Instagram pages for our newscasts, top stories, and more. You can also find them on The Hive at sauthebuzz.com.
We'll leave you today with another edition of Annie on Campus, featuring our SAU softball team. Thanks for watching.
Hey, it's Annie, back with Annie on Campus, and today I'm at the softball field. After a long practice, our first practice outside, I'm going to ask the softball team some questions. Taylor, if you were deserted on an island with anyone on the team, who would it be? Alyssa, because she's very particular about how everything goes, and she would keep me safe.
It would be Annie, because if I'm going to go, I want to have a good time.
Maybe Alyssa, because I feel like she could protect me from the wild animals.
It would have to be you, because I know you keep me entertained, so that would be good, and we could survive together somehow.
Erica Ralphs, any day of the week.
You, because we'd have so much fun and talking gossip all the time.
First, I will pick Kara, because I think she will, she's a personality. She will scare away all the animals.
Wow. The whole team.
Okay.
Probably the fifth-year Erica, just because she's kind of crazy and I feel like she'd kill a pig or something.
Sounds like Alyssa and I will both be spending a lot of time on this deserted island. Do you have a softball superstition?
I wear a ribbon in my hair that has ducks on it every game.
I have to wear the same sweatshirt, and I can't wash it because it has good luck stained all over it.
I always put my left sock on first. Never step on the foul line.
I was weird. I didn't like to touch the line.
Yeah, I never touched the foul line.
Nothing to say.
I always wear a ribbon in my hair.
I don't have any. I'm confident.
My softball superstition would have to be wearing fun braids in my hair.